You just heard from President Biden addressing the nation with an update on the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas and the release of several hostages. The Israel Defense Forces say 3 Israeli hostages have been transferred to the Red Cross. The president confirming those hostages are women. Those hostages now on their way to Israeli forces in Gaza. According to reports, dozens of Palestinian prisoners are expected to be released today as well, and much needed relief also coming to Palestinians, as the United Nations Relief and Works Agency says 4,000 truckloads of aid are ready to enter Gaza. This is all part of the first phase of the deal. We'll keep you updated as more information comes in.
Yeah, Moses, and the president's speech you may have just heard, we're talking about this is all coming during the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas that went into effect today. It was actually delayed because Hamas had not provided the names of the 3 hostages it planned to release. But just around 11 a.m. local time, Israel received those names and says it stopped fighting. But during the delay, the Israeli military carried out new strikes in Gaza.
The Gaza Defense Ministry of Health says Sunday at least 14 people were killed over the last 24 hours. As of Sunday, more than 46,000 people have been killed in Gaza since the start of this war, and health officials say that number is likely to rise as authorities recover thousands of bodies in the Gaza Strip.
And our other top story this morning, if you have TikTok on your phone, you may have noticed it has stopped working. Today is the day the ban in the U.S. goes into effect.
Last night, TikTok began displaying a message reading, "A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok right now." But how long will that ban last? That is the big question. President-elect Donald Trump says he will most likely delay a ban on TikTok for 90 days after he takes office on Monday. Congress passed a law last year that requires TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, to either sell the app to a new buyer the U.S. approves or face a ban in the United States.
And lawmakers have expressed concern about the company's links to the Chinese government, but TikTok has denied it shares any information with Beijing. TikTok claims it has more than 170 million users in the United States.
And with that ban in place, it's a big change for the millions, the tens of millions of TikTok users in the U.S. And it's not only impacting their everyday routines, but also many of their careers. ABC 10 News reporter Adam Campos joins us live in studio now. Adam, such a big transition for so many.
Exactly. Good morning, Aaron and Moses. And you know, for people like me, I was just a casual scroller. I wasn't on it very much to post. But for some people, TikTok was their whole livelihood. And that includes some popular influencers here in San Diego. One of those influencers you see right here on your screen is Kayla Freitas. She's been a content creator on TikTok since 2019, and she goes by the name Travel Memoirs and has amassed 1.5 million followers over that time. And one of her most popular videos has more than 11 million views. She calls her content entertainment, fashion, and fantasy with a focus on cottagecore. Kayla served in the U.S. Navy before her claim to fame on TikTok. Now, over the last 6 years, the content creation has been a full-time job for her, and she's been able to support her family with it. When ABC 10 News spoke to Kayla about TikTok going dark, it was tough for her to hold back tears.
And for it to go away is extremely devastating. It's disheartening that something that has been years and years in the making is just going to go away in a flash.
And Kayla says her plan now is to just continue to focus on other platforms, but unfortunately, even while she has built up her profile on other apps, she's still losing a majority of her followers and her income now that TikTok is gone. And I know some people personally that are content creators as well, and it's going to have a huge effect on them as they were able to build their whole brand through TikTok.
And even for other people like ourselves who make content from time to time, I tried to open CapCut this morning. That's the editing app also owned by ByteDance. That no longer works.
Exactly. So, I mean, for me, again, as a casual scroller, as somebody that just uses it for entertainment, I have to find a new way of entertainment. But for some people, it's really going to have a big impact on them.
All right, Adam, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And many TikTok users are turning, as we've been talking about, to another Chinese app. It is called RedNote. Millions of Americans have downloaded it just in the past week.
Yeah, I've given it a try myself over the past few days. The name and many of the features are in Mandarin. The app allows users to share pictures and videos, so some are comparing it to both Instagram and TikTok. And according to Reuters, it gained nearly 3 million U.S. users in a single single day earlier this week. But some officials are raising concerns about privacy on the app, since it is owned by a Chinese company and subject to regulation by the Chinese government. Some users are complaining of censorship on topics like politics and sexuality, and many have questions about how the app handles users' data.
And now let's go to Washington. Temperatures there are expected to get down to 11 degrees tonight. President-elect Donald Trump will take the oath from inside the Capitol Rotunda, so many guests won't be able to see the ceremony in person. Here's ABC Perry Ruffsum.
Heightened security in the nation's capital as Donald Trump returns to Washington and prepares to be sworn in for his second term. The president-elect kicking off a weekend of events last night with a fireworks show at his golf club in Sterling, Virginia. Trump telling ABC's Rachel Scott his inaugural address will be about unity, strength, and fairness. On his final day before taking office, Trump participating in a ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. Tonight, he will have a campaign-style rally at the Capital One Arena in downtown Washington. Workers are busy building a stage inside the Capitol Rotunda after the decision was made to move Monday's inaugural events indoors. Trump citing an Arctic blast sweeping the country. Trump writing online, "I don't want to see people hurt or injured in any way. Therefore, I have ordered the inaugural address, in addition to prayers and other speeches to be delivered in the United States Capitol Rotunda." The massive outdoor platform where the oath is normally taken can hold more than 1,000 people. The Rotunda can only hold about 600 guests. President Biden, members of Congress, and other notable guests will be there, but the vast majority of ticketed guests will not be able to attend the ceremonies in person. The swearing-in ceremony was last moved indoors 40 years ago.
So help me God.
When President Reagan was sworn in for his second term. According to Trump's post, the Capital One Arena will be open tomorrow for what he's calling live viewing of this historic event. The arena will also host the presidential parade. Trump says he will join the crowd there after he is sworn in. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
This 10 News Pinpoint Weather Report is sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
11 degrees in Washington. They do not see that very often.
They don't see it very often. I mean, I grew up in the Northeast. I know exactly how that feels. It makes me happy to be in San Diego, honestly.
For sure.
And today's a good day to enjoy it, right? We're cool by our standards, certainly not by theirs. Today, we're going to see a rinse and repeat of yesterday. We're not going to be extremely dry. The big changes are coming tomorrow. Unfortunately, tomorrow, another round of Santa Ana winds is moving in. We're going to see a red flag warning Monday into Tuesday. And at that same time, we're also going to see a high wind watch. But for now, we're just enjoying the morning. We started off a little bit cool. At the moment, though, San Diego, not too bad at 53 degrees. Many of our inland neighborhoods are still working their way through the 30s. And then for our daily highs, we're going to be cool once again. 5 to 10 degrees below normal for most of us. San Diego, high of 59.